Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Brendan Rodgers said there's no need to sell.
Of course, the club's in a really strong position. We've no need to sell, and we've no thoughts of selling. So, but naturally, I think it's the time of the season where there's lots of speculation and gossip around players. I see the likes of Matt. He's really happy here. He's signed a new deal. He's really progressed. He's into double figures now in his goals. His assists is there. So for him as a young player, who I know is a brilliant professional, all he wants to do is improve, and you can see the improvement here. Just take it day by day and assess it from there.
That was Brendan Rodgers talking about Matt O'Reilly and the speculation there. And I believe that there was a bid put in this afternoon, probably around about the same time as the press conference. A bid was put in for Matt O'Reilly. It has been rebuffed by Celtic. The football chat went absolutely mad when that news came through. Celtic are in a good place, and we don't need to be selling our best players. So tell me what you think about the whole Matt O'Reilly thing. I think when the news broke this morning, late last night, there was a lot of people saying, yeah, it was never going to happen. They're never going to put a bid in. Well, the bid has been put on the table. It is way short of what Celtic would accept. Around about 16 million, I've been told that the bid was. And the fact that Celtic have rebuffed that and they do not want to sell Matt O'Reilly. It was interesting to watch the pictures of the training that Celtic put out this afternoon at Lennoxtown. You did see Matt O'Reilly walking along talking to the gaffer. Of course they had the conversation. I mean, they would have. I mean, he said that he was unaware of any interest in Matt O'Reilly. I mean, you can take that with a pinch of salt. We all know the fact that the manager, if there was any speculation, the manager's going to go and talk to him and say, look, what's your thoughts on it? And where do you want to go from here? You know, it's obviously he's happy enough at the club. The club would not accept anything less than 25 million for the player. They've came in with an opening offer around about 16. People are saying he's going to go to a bigger club in Spain. Well, at the moment, there is no bigger club in Spain because they're sitting top of the league. It's funny when people dismiss other clubs in other countries that can outspend Celtic. Anyway, the manager said that it's no happening and would take it on his word. Another player that was pictured with the manager this afternoon is the one and only Nicholas Kuhn has entered the building, entered the fray, and it looks like he will have some part to play. One of the other pictures you obviously see the one and only David Turnbull. David Turnbull is still kicking around at Celtic. They did focus on Rocco Vata in and around the first team. What does that tell us about the Rocco Vata situation? Rocco Vata brought in from the cold. That was one of the things that I noticed about it. Rocco Vata returns. Is it the fact that, we're saying to him, look, we really want to keep you here, Rocco. There is that speculation that he has been given permission to talk to other clubs in Italy. But Brendan Rodgers, what is the situation with Rocco Vata? He has been linked with Bologna in recent weeks, yet he's been put up into the first team. Is this Brendan Rodgers' way of saying, look, we want to keep you at Celtic? And he's went, right, if you want to keep me at Celtic, play me. Get me in the first team. Let me show my worth to you, Celtic. Let me show my worth to you, Brendan Rodgers. Another one you can see when the players were all standing, getting a talking to from Brendan Rodgers is Gustav Lakerbelke in deep thought. I wonder where his future lies. Will he still be here at Celtic? It's going to be an interesting week or so. Obviously, the manager said the players have been back for just over a week and a half now and been in training behind closed doors and just getting on with it and having conversations about where they want to go in the future. The big one for me is obviously the Matt O'Reilly story. The manager has put it to bed, but you can never say never when it comes to Celtic. The Celtic manager did say, look, we're in a position, we're in a healthy position. We all know the bank balance is sitting at over 80 million now. It's going to be a case of, will they come in with what Celtic are looking for? It's going to be testing times. And Rocco Vata's situation is just completely mind-blowing. The fact that he's been away from, he's not been near the first team all season. He's not been near it all season. He's came in from the cold. Will he finally accept that new deal from Celtic? Can Celtic turn this situation round on its head? You know, he's got those offers to go to Italy on the table. Or is he just going to sit around, try and prove his worth, and if he doesn't get games, just hang out to the end of the season and leave for free? Tell me what you think about that in the comments section of the video. So Brendan Rodgers said he's going to give the young boys a chance, and only Celtic could sign a player that won't be fit this weekend because he's had work done on his teeth. Anyway, and what is it with Celtic signing players that aren't match ready and match fit? Anyway, we move on from that. When we look at what Brendan Rodgers said during the press conference, which was over 10, well, it was only over 11 minutes long, the one that Celtic put out, it's going to be interesting to see what players we can get in. And Brendan Rodgers was asked about the transfer window. He was asked about players coming in later to the end of the window and on whether players, if we let players go, whether it would be too late to get players in. And Brendan Rodgers replied, yeah, it usually goes right to the wire anyway, which it does. It does go straight to the wire. Let's just hope that there's no late bids for Celtic players. But then Brendan Rodgers did say, look, we're in a position where we don't really need to look to sell any of our players, and only if it fits the squad. And he did say, look, when it comes down to it, with his experience as a manager, if a bid comes in for a player and the player doesn't want to be there, it's sometimes easier just to sell them on, and that's part and parcel of the game. With Nicholas Kuhn not available this weekend, will that give the chance for Rocco Vata? Tell me what you think in the comments section. He did give a little hint to hopefully getting some more players in before the end of the window, should it suit the squad. He said we don't want to lose anyone. The plan is to add to the squad, and it still is the plan to add to the squad, and it's also a plan to try and trim the squad. He did say that the squad was a little bit bigger than what it really needed to be. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be Celtic Lives as of next week, where there will be a new formula for the Celtic Lives, a whole new setup that will give you the exact subscriber count as it happens. There'll be a live update that will be on the screen, and it'll update live when we're live on air. So there's going to be lots of little things that are going to be a bit different from the lives. I have been working on it over the past couple of weeks in my spare time. On that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around the world.